Hello and welcome to another one of our intellectual property case discussions. Today we'll be examining the 1967 matter of Duchess of Argyll and the Duke of Argyll and others. Argyll set the foundation of marital confidence in both England and Australia. The matter was presided over by Justice Argyll Thomas in England. Breaches of confidence actions have three essential elements: the requisite quality of confidence to the information, that the information is imparted under an obligation of confidence, and thirdly, that there is an unauthorised use of the information that was imparted in confidence. Marital confidence is fractionally different in that the relationship is inherently private and confidential. With these factors in mind, let's examine Argyll. The Duke and Duchess were married in March 1951. In 1959, the Duke presented a petition for divorce on the grounds of her adultery. In 1963, the divorce proceedings were heard and the marriage was dissolved. The Duchess, unhappy with how the relationship had come to an end, was dissatisfied with the separation. Consequently, in the same year, the Duchess published damning articles in the Sunday newspaper about the Duke, his personal conduct, and his financial position in order to strike back against him personally. In retaliation, the Duke sought to publish secrets of the Duchess relating to her private life, affairs, and private conduct communicated to the Duke during the course of their marriage under the confidence of marital confidentiality. This attempted publication by the Duke was the foundation of the Duchess's application. Of course, the Duke's actions only made the Duchess angrier, and consequently in 1964 the Duchess sought an interlocutory injunction to restrain the Duke and the other defendants from publishing the marital secrets. The Duchess's grounds for the motion were that the intended publications were in breach of marital confidence and in contravention of English legislation. I'm sure you're wondering, why is the Duchess so angry when she had done the exact same thing to the Duke earlier? That issue was considered by Justice Argyll Thomas in his decision, in which he was damning of their behaviour and their use of such public means to hash out their dispute. Effectively, he said that it was a bad idea for both parties. The established principle of breach of marital confidence is now widely accepted. Before Argyll, there was no consideration of the implied or explicit relationship between husband and wife and the subsequent duty of their confidentiality. It was deemed that the confidential nature of the relationship is of its very essence implicit. As such, there is no need for the confidential nature to be expressed amongst the parties. Consequently, it was established that a confidential relationship existed between the Duke and Duchess, and their right to personal privacy was one that the law should protect. Argyll established that breaches of marital confidence can occur, that a confidential relationship is apparent between a man and wife, and that that relationship is confidential by nature, and further that that relationship has its own right to personal privacy. In Argyll, Justice Argyll Thomas granted the injunction to protect against the revelation of marital confidences, and the newspaper was restrained from publishing the articles. His Lordship stated the law is that the confidences of married life should be protected and will be protected by the courts, save in so far as public policy requires otherwise. This decision was the first of its kind to consider marital confidences. However, it is easy to see why the courts would want to protect secrets shared between husband and wife. Australia has considered Argyll and also considers that marital confidence is a privacy that should and must be protected. For a discussion on de facto relationships and how breach of confidence applies, see Wilson and Ferguson. Hopefully you found Argyll to be an interesting case. I would thoroughly recommend reading through the judgment, as it is well worth it. Cheers everyone.
Created using Powtoon.